great Professor Lumumba said that before any coup take place, there have to be a cultural revolution. Before any coup take place, there have to be a cultural revolution by Professor Lumumba. With that, I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Any TV. We are global and social commentators. Remember, this channel, all we preach is good governance. All we preach is global peace. All we preach for Nigeria to become the greatest country in the world. You think it is impossible? It is very possible, because Nigeria have one of the best minds in every field you can think of. And we believe that we are using Nigeria as a touching point, as a focus point to reach the world. We believe if Nigeria can get it right, then Africa is on the path to conquering the world. Because we also believe that the future is Africa. Why do we say so? Look at the vast amount of land that we still have left uncultivated. Look at the mineral resources that Africa embodied. Look at great people that have come out of Africa, north, east, south, and west. Africa really will be the future of the world. And we believe Nigeria to be in the forefront for this greatness. We believe if Nigeria put its onions right, if Nigeria do the right thing, Nigeria will be the forefront for this crusade, for this movement. But the truth is, Nigeria is sleeping. A lot of people said that Nigeria is sick. I want to believe the former than the latter, because the governments that we had have so dealt a devastating blow on the economy and politics of that country called Nigeria. That those are the two elements for growth: politics and economy. And because these two elements have been neglected, have been destroyed, have been reduced, so we could well say Nigeria is sick. And that was why we on this channel, we opt for a new Nigeria, a new beginning, a new approach. Because when you keep doing something over and over again and you keep getting the same results, then it's that time you change. It's that time you change your proceedings. It's that time you change your system. It's that time you renew and re-strategize. And that was why we saw Peter Obi as a man with this new vision, with this new dream. Although the battle is not over, because there's this saying that he who fights and run away lives to fight another day. Peter Obi has fought legally to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But the power that be, because the state, Nigeria as a state, is so sick, so weak, that it will be difficult to arouse the Nigerianness in Nigerians in just one political season. And that is why I was happy when Peter Obi made his speech. He thanked his lawyers, thanked those who were in the forefront in the struggle. And he shamed the judiciary. He shamed the judiciary. That the judiciary have been compromised and have let themselves be compromised. That the judiciary, to use the word, has fucked up. That the judiciary is no longer independent. That the judiciary is no longer a blind woman that have a scale in her hand, and all she does was to use the scale to weigh the evidence. In this case, the Nigerian judiciary was so afraid, so naive. They were afraid to do what has never been done before, to remove a sitting government, even if the evidence were so overwhelming. Somebody asked me, do you believe or do you think Nigeria was ready? The Nigerian judiciary was ready to unseat a sitting government. I said, we thought, because of the overwhelming evidence that yes, they could not hide, they could not but give the right judgment. But the truth of the matter is, Nigeria has a long way to go. Nigeria has a long way to go. We are not even there. We'll still have a long way to go. We complain about INEC. And there's one thing we should always. I spoke to a lot of intellectuals, and they told me, why should the judiciary do the job of INEC? Why should the judiciary? The judiciary does not have the capacity based on Nigerian standard to do the job of INEC. It is INEC, through the people, who have the power to select who will be their president, who will be their governors, and who will man their parliament or house of assembly or senate. It is INEC, through the people, that it is not only the judiciary that has failed, INEC also has failed. And finally, the people has failed. The Nigerian people has failed. Because I hear people say that the office of the citizen is the first office in a country, that the office of the citizen is the highest, that the office of the citizen is the most important. But that's in a well-advanced, cultured society, not in Nigeria. And people are agitating, like what vice president who was not given the opportunity to come in. Ahmed Baba Dati said that now it is left for the citizen. It is left for the citizen to take back their country. Because INEC has failed, judiciary has failed. There is only one last option: the citizenry. And that was why we started by Professor Lumumba with his quote that if you look at the general trend of coups in Africa, there have been close to 200 coups in Africa. The general trend is that those coups did not just pick up in one day. There have been years or series of years which the people are dissatisfied with those in government. And when those coups came, they embraced them. 90% of those coups were embraced by the citizen, by the people. So what are we saying now? What's the culture in Nigeria today? A culture is a way of life. The question I want to ask you guys out there: are Nigerians satisfied with how things are going? Are Nigerians happy with how things are going? Can you say that the average Nigerian is happy that he is in this situation of economic hardship that he has found himself? Of course, the answer is no. And if the citizens are not happy, of course, how can the citizen be happy when we were told that 120 million Nigerians live below poverty line? When we are told that 70% of the Edipo youths are unemployed? When we are told that 90% of those working are underemployed? What do we expect? We expect a cultural revolution where the people will come out and revolt against the authority. It has happened before during the NSACs. That was a sectoral revolution. A revolution that has to do with part of the culture, that part of police brutality that was manifested later into a cultural revolution. So what I am saying now is to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu: you sitting on a time bomb, you sitting on a keg of a gunpowder. Once, because the people are dissatisfied, what they are looking for now is a leader that will lead them. And once they get that leader, there will be a heavy cultural revolution that might lead to something like what we have in Brazil. like what we have had in Haiti, like what we have had in Panama. So this is a warning to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We foresee 2024 that there is a coup. There would be a coup in Nigeria. We are telling Bola Ahmed Tinubu that 2024 there will be a coup in Nigeria because of our past history, because of what we see going on around Africa, because of what we see developing. The people are dissatisfied. They have been going through an anguishment that they have no other means to turn to. They have hope on Peter Obi, but they were disappointed. So, like a good historian, when people are pushed to the wall, they fight back. And we think this is our projection. It's not as if we know, but we are telling you 2024. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, expect a coup. This is in the TV. Mark my word. Expect a coup. Expect another sacks. Express another uprising. Because, like a popular professor used to say, protest is the voice of the unheard. If you don't want this to happen, listen to the common Nigerians. Listen to Nigeria in the streets. Listen to Nigeria in the marketplace. Listen to Nigerians in the farm. Listen to Nigeria whose daily income lies with what the central bank says. Remember, there is a saying that he who won is not a traitor. In the TV is warning that except things be done right, there's going to be a cultural revolution. If it's the first time you're coming across this channel, this is NTV. We are global and social commentators. We don't just tell you what's out there. We focus, we interpret what's to come. And that's why this channel is different. And we also believe that we don't know it all alone. And that is why we ask for your opinion. Like and comment. Let's have your thoughts too. Remember, life is a two-way traffic. It's give and take. And for our returning subscribers, we say, thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you, but God love you most. As it is the culture in this channel, we will catch you when we make the next video. Until then, we'll say, chooks, adios, au revoir, ciao, hasta la vista. Stay blessed and stay safe. Bye-bye.